Hi, I thought it was time for me to start playing. I've been doing okay, but I've been losing money. But I've been winning like BBs because I have run blah 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 in some high games. So I thought it was a good time to do videos, because when it goes when it doesn't run so good, it always helps with. Normally I wouldn't open him so much at all. But I feel like playing a very loose passive guy would allow me to open him more and just fold the times. And he has a very high win to showdown, so I don't feel I can bet all the streets and try to get him to fold as much as someone else. So that's why I open him. Open folding is perfectly fine, I think, as well. Here I'm in bit trouble with playing heads up. Sometimes it feels pretty good. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to call. I don't want to. I feel like I'm off a bit with like how much I should call down with like king size and queen size and stuff like that. So I don't want to get in the trap of calling down too much all the time. But that was a clear case of call down. But sometimes I just feel like I get in the mood of just calling down and realize maybe I shouldn't go down that loose. Showdown so loosely. Good. And I always think it's a pretty good idea to record videos in general, because to increase your focus or whatever. So I hope this will be okay. Yeah, so I've been playing without a rake back for a while now. With this side, for example, it has a bit low rake actually. Then I did some comparisons and I was surprised with the result, but I'm only relying on winning, and I lost last one. No rake back to compensate. Sucked. So this loose pass guy is racing under the gun, it's a pretty tight range so far. I have 100 hands, so it's not a lot, it's a lot more than nothing. I think I would just, a lot of times I would just P1 and see what happens, but I think in this tight range there's nothing for me to do here, so I just fold on the flop. So just continue here. I feel like it's pretty good showdown there, guys. Like sometimes I will send a bluff raise. And the thing is that in this case, if you were to raise, I feel like also my game is not as tight as it was that I really can make this all kinds of hero folds, and so I would probably just call down if it raises. But that's probably a spot where a lot of times there's a lot of opponents where you just can auto fold because they only want to raise ace or maybe a queen as well there, but everything else we just call. So yeah, something to keep in mind. So call here. I missed the turn. Yeah, this is a board where I will not always raise, but I think it's a pretty good spot to raise. And I just give up basically when it turns, because I don't really think I have any fold with it. So the problem with that is, when I'm less focused, I sometimes just call and just fold the river, like to all rivers, more or less. But because I don't want him to catch me with a bluff, with an obvious bluff, so he will try to adapt. But it's kind of stupid to pay one big bet without almost any equity to just make some kind of stupid point. So we just call down, hoping to be good a lot of the times, but yeah, I don't see much point in raising. So this fold there, run with the success. Yeah, so you just got to come taste again, feels good. On this side, by the way, it's a kind of strange dynamic at times, because there are really loose games, and in those kind of games it could be a nice idea to open limp at times, but this was not like so extremely two pretty loose guys, but yeah. So my opening range, by the way, it depends on a few things, but in this case it's probably around like 95% or slightly less, maybe 85% at times. So the problem is here, like I personally sometimes just wait for the to call her in position and just raise the turn in a lot of cases to mix it up, and so if we were to raise that, you know, I would probably have a semi-hard decision. I don't think a lot of people would check call and then just check raise bluff on the river. So I think a lot of opponents can just pretty easy. So I'm just gonna do a brief. I'm gonna record 11 minutes more. I had to go to the gym. On that flop, good hand, bad flop on our table. It's gonna play itself, and this is gonna be tricky. So he raised and a 3-bet, and this is okay. Yeah, I really feel like we have, especially pre-flop, a lot of times a lot less focused than I was before. I remember I was like really pinpointing the range, like you have to do this and this and this, this should be done by everyone, but I just felt I was a lot more focused in general, so trying to step it out. Okay. I'm just going 3-bet, I think. Just be part. Yes. This. So anyways, with this guy, I will. I don't mind putting a bit extra aggression on. One of the, I guess, tougher opponent, I would probably not. For example, on my flop, I would. Not remember so much, but yeah, with a 3-bet there is probably a lot of people just give up on the turn if they don't have anything and just continue with something, and that kind of bright flop. But this guy is a bit over aggressive and it's also a bit too short on bound, which sometimes makes I feel the balance kind of strange, because you don't want them to just, you don't want to play for the fiddle forward with them, but at the same time you want to. You want to rebuff, but heads up you can't. Sorry. So you want to rebuff them at times to use their aggressiveness because they have shit, alright? But you still don't want to do a lot of action with buffs. I'm very bad at particularly myself right now. Yeah, in heads up pots you can just wait for the hands all the time. So that was funny. Yeah, we'll just try to run it off. I think I have pretty decent odds to pull it off, and he just insta-calls me, which tells him like how short on one is. I mean, I will probably also call, but still. So he opens hall. I have to set up my HUD again because it's not so awesome. Before I had always opening range, which is something new. And also 3-betting range. He just bet fold this, so I think he would call it a lot of shit hands, but raise with all the better hands. So I think he will not turn his hand into a bluff. But then sort of pairing that spot, I just called. So I think it's pretty safe in that fold. Sliders up there. Button. So raise up, he has a pretty tight steer range actually, which surprises me a bit with all calls. And we see that flop. Alright, so just gonna call this as well. Let's see what happens on the turn. So yeah, so we're keeping a note at a very tight steer range of 33%. Which makes us more fearful to get this, which is fine. So we get this. Decent turn. And also, one of my implications, so you see this guy has 39%, I think it's probably going to be a lot, it's going to be one of this, I think he's going to call with a lot big size here, so it's no point really. So this guy is very short and bound, or I just believe that they're both pretty short and bound. We don't have so many hands, but you know, I have a lot of hands in history with them on other. This is filled only for 300, so I'm pretty. If I remember correctly, they are both pretty short and bound. So I'll tie up my steering range a bit, a bit more with the size. And, folder, and tag it, fish, medium, fold, dum dum boom. Raise it up. Ooh, ouch! I just got 2 outed all in on turn on the no limit table. On turn. All in, ace 10 versus 2-2, and there we go. And I had enough flush draws here. This is fucking insane. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, I also noticed that I was playing this whispering way down from my bankroll. I'm pretty controlled nowadays actually. Just you know, I haven't put in so much volume, so and also it has been like this. I've been playing a bit pillow and I've been losing, but I have a pretty decent win rate. But I was playing like 400 pretty like higher stakes tables for my kind of, you know, I haven't played so high pillow. So I was like 3,000 euros behind EV. So but still having a decent win rate. And that sucked pretty much because, you know, I just played 10,000 hands per month. So yeah, I'm enjoying so much fun. And what was that? Yeah, with that hand, you know, you can do. I don't see a fold anywhere. To be honest. So just probably just calm down. I'm just gonna raise it down to 3. I don't. Just gonna call this down. I'm just gonna bet from his flush draw, and so that guy is pretty decent. It's a bit too over aggressive. This guy is good. Okay, so I'll just play 3 minutes more. Hopefully I have something intelligent to say. So yeah, just continue here, and just gonna, as this is an example, I will just normally call and then maybe even wait for a river or something, but here with this guy, and it's been busting my balls a lot. So I think we'll raise a 6 and just call down a 6 and just continue with that. So you know, I don't mind putting in some extra aggression and being, you know, what people would say, you know, okay, so face up. Yeah. So this table is, you know, I think normally if I wanted to make a video I would probably leave, because there's so much, not much value here, and this is like the lowest stakes possible. It's almost embarrassing. So you know, these are the highest tables going. Yeah, I will, you know, at times, I think I will raise this as well. And I just get screwed. So yeah, it sucks when that happens. But no, I think to try to bluff there is not a bad option at all. By the way, one thing I really think about doing is I'm gonna. I think I will. I don't think it's gonna have it so much here. By the way, it's pretty not very sure on. Yeah, one thing I will do, because this is such a small network in general, especially fixed limit, I will take like 5 or so many hands I have, filter out the VPIP hands, and just trying to really and also went all the wind showdown. So I would just go and make notes and try to like spend 30 minutes on every opponent that I played more 500 hands with, and just really try to write down shitloads of notes and hopefully see some nice plans. So I'm just started. I think I'm just gonna have this. Oh yeah, that was pretty awesome. Okay, so now I'm out. Ciao.